welcome back to part 4. We're going to do the thermostat and clean the reserve tank, change the lower hose, and get this thing hopefully back together in this video. So it'll fly in about 10-20 minute video. Maybe, maybe not. I think this is going to be a 5-parter.
Yeah, most likely.
Alright, so first things first, this upper bracket must come off.
There's that thing up top if you don't notice. My finger's not there. You don't play on it?
Yeah, it's a small torque bolt. Now here's the curious part. I wanted to see if I could just slide this away.
Well, no, doesn't look like it.
No, kind of figured that one. So we'll disconnect the other 2 bolts here.
What that for?
Yeah, don't want to do any damage to any wire.
No.
Get this other 10 out of the way.
Do you want me to aim up or do you want me to keep that?
Oh, that one was loose. Or that one's not a 10.
Go on there.
I want you to zoom up here.
Right there?
We got an 8 mil there.
Going on this side now.
I suppose it might help if we move the air cleaner assembly out of the way.
Yeah. Let me get that. Okay, there we go. Is your hose attached to that?
Nope, that's the cable and cruise control lines.
Oh. Cruise control. Nobody even uses it.
Oh, I'm sure it gets used on the highway.
I really don't get the point of cruise control.
Yeah, you will. If you ever go between here and Seattle.
We've never actually used it.
I don't know, the thing I find with cruise control is it's great and all, but then you get a slower driver and you got to turn it off. Then you got to turn it back on. Then you got to turn it back off. And you got people in the way, you got traffic. Like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, there's no way.
Alright, so as you can see with this last bolt here, this part does come off. I was kind of hoping just sling it aside, but I'm not taking any chances with this late model truck. It's just not worth it to me for a couple extra seconds of work. There are some lazy people that will try to find other ways to do this job, which is fine, but not in my shop. That don't fly, Chuck. Now we got the upper bracket out of the way. Now we can attack the 2 10mm bolts for the thermostat. Now you're going to notice when we pull this thermostat up, it is clocked in a specific direction. We'll explain here in a second why that is important to do when you put the new one back in. Ooh, that one's a little tight.
That sounds like it's big on.
Yeah. That is definitely the factory thermostat. We do have a wiring harness kind of here in the way. We should be able to sneak past it.
Not really tight, they seem.
Yeah, I don't want to disconnect any wires. I don't have to. That is a long bolt.
Yeah.
Alright, so you see the clocking of the thermostat. You want to clock it that way. That's the way the factory had it, and it's worked great for 115,000 miles, though this was running a little late. It is O-ringed. There is no RTV used here, so you guys can't give me any crap about using RTV on this one. It's O-ringed. Alright, we're going to pull it up.
Okay, go. Just popped off really quick. Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's dripping.
Just like that.
Show me, it looks down a little bit. Look at that. It's dripping.
Yep. But all the coolant is out of the engine, so.
Cool.
I don't see any down there.
Seems like it's a good thing.
Yep. Alright, so we want to clean up this housing a little bit. We don't really have any damage on the hot side. It's usually on the cold side you see the cavitation issues.
What?
Well, there's a hot and cold side to a cooling system.
Cavitation.
Cavitation.
Never heard you use that word.
Oh, I use that word quite a bit.
I don't know what that means.
Cavitation is pretty much the idea of little formed air bubbles smashing at metal at about 1,000 pounds per square inch. It's not good. It'll destroy metal. It destroyed the Oroville Dam.
Well, what a fact.
Pretty much. Okay, I'm just cleaning the ceiling edges real quick. This might seem barbaric using a flathead screwdriver.
Yeah.
But as long as you don't gouge it, you know, just run around the edge, getting the gunk up. Then I'll take a Scotch shop towel.
Oh, what a...
Scott's shop towel.
Scott's. I don't know it had a name.
It does.
It's just a shop towel to me.
Pretty much. Alright, wrap it around the screwdriver. Just go around the edges. Make sure that sucker's clean.
It's going to be dirty anyways.
Well, it's got to be clean for installation so we don't have any leaks. Nothing more than I hate than a thermostat leak. Alright, so we went back and forth for the thermostat. Simply drops in like so. Turn it the correct angle. The O-ring's kind of unique. Unlike a GM that actually goes around the thermostat, this one just drops in right on top. You don't want it cockeyed, you just stick it right in back in the hole. Just gently seat it, because the thermostat housing actually has a lipped edge to hold that O-ring down. So that's a pretty cool setup. Alright, back in we go.
Wow.
Yeah, there's not much to it.
So complex.
We're going to put a little blue Loctite on the thermostat bolts.
Now it's going back to its hole.
Okay, get the other one started.
I gotta look it down with a wrench.
Yep. Now same thing, run this down evenly like the water pump. Alright, let me get the torque spec for that. Alright, torque rating is 19 foot-pounds.
Kind of tight. Really tight.
I do not want to over-tighten this. I cannot stress that enough. Okay, we're good.
We got next, Macho Man.
Next, we put the baby bolts back in.
Uh-huh. Where are they at? Right in your hand? Wait, baby bolts. Where's that go to? Where's that go to? Oh. Baby bolts time.
Now before I tighten these all down, I'm just going to put these all in loose. We're always thinking ahead to the next guy that's going to work on this. We don't want to give him a headache, so we make sure that we do our job right.
Yeah, until we tighten it too much.
Or leave it out.
Oh, I just didn't want to do it.
It's just a bolt, it don't matter.
Yeah, until it flings out and kills the whole system. Then you won't have a truck to drive. So what are those torques at?
I would have to say less than 8 pounds. Just a support bracket.
Seems like it's clicking back in.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot quicker to go back in.
Yeah.
Now don't over tighten these, you can strip them. A lot of things with these newer vehicles, it's light torque. It's not like the old days where everything just had a huge amount of torque. This is the difference between technicians and mechanics, I guess. Yeah, you want it tight, but not over tight. That won't work, because that's a 10.
So what does that mean? Tighten it over.
No, we just get the crescent wrench out. We'll just do it that way. Now we really don't want to over torque this. I'd say no more than 8 foot-pounds. This is a cast aluminum housing. Alright, thermostat side of this job is complete. We use all good factory Ford parts. Very rare to actually get to say factory parts. Most people are too cheap to buy the factory parts, but I'm going to tell you, on a Triton, especially after what I've seen, I wouldn't be using aftermarket parts. Maybe an alternator, I could see that. Sensors, coils, I can see that. Water pumps, no. Thermostats, no. Get the Ford factory stuff. I wouldn't even be using K&N filters on this, and this guy's got a K&N. I know someone's giving me crap in the comments. It gives you more power. How do you think they give you more power?
Don't know.
Well, let me tell you how they do it. They lessen the filtration. And I just can't see gaining maybe 1 or 2 horsepower at best at the sake of filtration.
Wow.
And just to show you,
wow, that is, looks like something.
yeah, well, and the thing is, these have to be oiled to do their job right, and oil attracts dirt. So it doesn't make sense to me how that's supposed to get you more horsepower. But people buy it, people buy into the hype. There's a video out on YouTube that tests the filtration of the K&N, and it comes in dead last.
Wow.
We had already advised the customer to go Ford factory, or at least throw in a Fram. But,
oh, but Fram sucks.
yeah, that's what they say.
Alright, host, what is next?
Yeah, getting this back in.
Oh, yeah, and that dropping. Look, guys. Look, the light's dropped.
The light just does not want to stay. I've been fighting with this light this whole job. And I'll still be fighting with this light for the next job. What's next, you say? Well, we got 2 options. We can either take the upper reserve tank out, the lower hose assembly out, which I think on this one,
Survey says easier job.
or we quit for the night and basically start over tomorrow fresh.
Yeah, I'm kind of woozy here.
Yeah, I am too. It's been...
I literally aimed down to look at the line. It's going to be kind of nuancing. It's going to...
Yeah, so I think we're going to start fresh tomorrow. Being that it's an important part of the job is cleaning the reserve tank and installing the hose and putting it back together. We got a lot done tonight. We got the pump back on, we got the thermostat changed. We did 3 hours of sanding to save the housing, and that's pretty much that. So I guess we will see you in part 5. Alright folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.